Hello, hello, hello. I am Axel Cannon, and this is Stupid Game Experiments. Today is another fabulous hashtag Follow Friday, and you know what that means. It means it's been another week where I didn't get any videos uploaded. Boo! I actually had 2 videos planned for this week that I was fairly confident were going to be easy to get done. The second of these videos was going to be an update on my project to create the same game in Unity, Unreal, and Godot. I made some good progress last week getting that done, so all I had to do was make a video about it. However, I ran into some technical issues while working on the first project, so that completely ate up my entire week. The good news is that project is completely finished, so I just need to make a video about that as well. It's an update to the game engine speed test comparison video I put out a couple of months ago, and the results ended up being really shocking. So if you're not yet subscribed with notifications turned on, you should absolutely do that now because you're not going to want to miss that video. Well, that's enough about me. Let's talk about hashtag Follow Friday. For those of you who don't know, hashtag Follow Friday is a thing that happens on Fridays on Twitter where people recommend other accounts to follow. I stole that idea and brought it over to YouTube, and now I make videos sharing other YouTube game devs I find each week. We have another outstanding selection of indie YouTube game devs this week, so without further ado, let's get into it. First up is Collin Visser, who is currently working on a 2D side-scrolling city builder called Townsville. He's actually made several games before, but he just started putting up devlogs about a month ago. His latest devlog covers a really interesting topic. As you can see in his video, he has a very distinct art style with sharp lines and high contrast colors. Well, as it turns out, he's colorblind, and his latest devlog talks about what it's like to create a video game while being colorblind. Personally, I think his art style is very eye-catching, so being colorblind clearly hasn't held him back. You can find out the process he goes through to achieve this by going to his YouTube channel, Collin Visser, and following him on Twitter at collinvisser. Next, we move over to Chaff Dev. He has a lot of great videos about the Godot game engine, but my favorite is this video he made about creating a game where you portal between 2 different dimensions. I really like this game mechanic, but it's a pretty challenging one to accomplish. In the video, Chaff Dev goes over all the challenges he went through trying to get it to work and the different strategies he used to try and overcome these challenges in Godot. It's an interesting video about really challenging the limits of what you can do in Godot. To see it for yourself, check out his YouTube channel Chaff Dev and follow him on Twitter at Chaff Dev. Next up, we have Bbomb, who recently made a rhythm platformer for the GeoJam called To The Beat. This is another game mechanic that I think is really interesting, and he came up with some really creative implementations of how to use this idea. Besides the obvious blocks appearing and disappearing, he also had lasers and spikes that switched on to the beat, and even had areas that switched gravity to the beat. He ended up running out of time to implement all of these mechanics for the game jam, but they're still good ideas to save for next time. You can see it in action for yourself at his channel Bbomb, and follow him on Twitter at Bbomb112. Last up is Dash, who has only been using Unity Game Engine for like 3 months now, and has already worked on 3 different games. That's some really impressive progress. The thing I like most about his channel, though, is the effort he puts into making his videos entertaining. He has a great sense of humor and does a great job of keeping everything he's working on interesting and engaging. His videos are definitely worth taking a look at for yourself. You can find them on his YouTube channel Dash and follow him on Twitter at DashTheDev. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all I had time for this week. I hope everyone has had an amazing week of game deving. If you've been hard at work, let me know down in the comments what you've accomplished this week. If you need a little extra motivation, you could also join us in our hashtag 100 Days of Game Dev Challenge over on Twitter. There's not a set starting date, so you can feel free to jump in on day 1 right now. Also, here on YouTube, we're slowly taking over the hashtag 100 Days of Game Dev page, so go ahead and create your own 100 Days of Game Dev devlog here as well. Of course, there are plenty of other great YouTube game devs out there that I just didn't have time to get to this week. So if you want to help support them, join in on hashtag Follow Friday and hashtag GameDev on either YouTube, Twitter, or both. I will, of course, put the links to all the awesome channels I featured in this video down in the description. While you're down there, take a moment to show your support for these hashtag Follow Friday videos by hitting that like button. You should also take the opportunity to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on these weekly game dev highlights. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.